Hello friends, this is the Cryptonian taking a look at Bitcoin and a few of the coins in the market just to see what's going on. It is currently North American East Coast time. It's about 9:30 on Thursday morning and about 9:30 a.m. on Thursday morning. So taking a look at Bitcoin, we see that we did have not long ago some price compression. And whenever you see this, this is a warning sign something big is happening, something big is on its way. And that's really what we saw after that. After that, we did see that we had a big breakout here. We had a fake out to the downside, and then we had a real nice move to the upside. And so this is a classic Bitcoin fake out right here. Bitcoin likes to test the boundaries and test the support points and resistance for liquidity. And at this time, some days ago, that was no exception. So where are we now? Currently 40,900 here. We are consolidating a little bit above a upper resistance line. And so where will we go from here? Now we have to be careful. We have to be very careful. I see that the market is responding. We have a lot going on, but we have to be careful. Here on the 2 hour, we can see we still have a lower high, friends. Still have a lower high. So it is technically, and I'll take a look. Here we go on the 4 hour. We still see that we have a lower high. Okay, so it is technically possible that we could go down from here. Okay, we still are in a downtrend, and when we take a look at the daily, you can see we're still on a downtrend and sideways consolidation here. So we did have a nice move on the lower time frames, but on the higher time frames, it's really still business as usual. So we need to be very careful. We do have solid support. We have a 1 touch, we have a 2 touch, and we have a 3 touch here on this bottom area of support, which is around 37,800 down to 34, or excuse me, 37, yeah, 37,800 to 34,000, 34 to 35,000 roughly in this area is support. And so we could still see a nice big move for Bitcoin coming up in the coming days, possibly next week, possibly this weekend. Just don't really know. And but we have to, like I said, we have to be careful. We do have room to run higher on the RSI. Okay, the RSI is currently on the daily. Let's take a look. 62. So we do have a lot of room to run up higher on the daily for Bitcoin, and the TSI here is just crossing over on the daily into a new bull cloud, green bull cloud, and positive. So if the if the bulls do have risk on behavior, if they do have appetite for risk, then we could be pushing this much higher. But that being said, we've been seeing a lot of resistance, friends. We had a nice push to the upside here, and we were totally rejected on that 4 hour candlestick, and this turned out to be like a gravestone doji, and then we pushed higher. So that goes to show you the kind of fight that the bears and the bulls are in, the struggle that the bears and the bulls are in this market. And we still have a lot more to see, a lot more fireworks. And what's coming up next week is going to be critical. We really need to see Bitcoin breaking out, breaking higher. Now, when we take a look at the weekly looks good, but this is actually where we had a big breakdown last time. All right, so I would say we had a big breakdown in the previous weeks, right at about that 42,400 level, right about here. So we need to grab that 42,000. Actually, we need to be about above 43. I'm going to say 43,000 is where we need to be to break higher on the weekly and pretty much pull us or put us into most likely a new weekly uptrend. Now on the weekly we do have a lot of room to run. We're only at 54, so on the weekly we are just getting started, and the TSI on the weekly is still negative, so we have plenty of room to run, but we're still weak on the weekly, right? And then on the daily we're midline. We're at an indecision point right now on the daily. And so if the bulls can continue buying and pushing it higher, we could see a big breakout from here. Now, like I said, on the 4 hour, it's very clear to see we're just making lower highs here. Okay, 3 lower highs with a bottom here of 3 consistent, um, and even slightly higher here, slightly higher lows. So this is still anyone's game. We could go higher, we could go lower. We did have a recent impulse here, and you can see the consolidation that we went through right here. This is that price compression I was talking about, and this is usually what I said before in previous videos, that this is where you get big moves, right, from this price compression. And that's what we did. We had a fake out to the downside and then an impulse to the upside, which is good. This is showing us that we potentially could be breaking out and going back up into a macro uptrend on Bitcoin, but it's still too early to tell. We need to be careful. We need to be cautious. And taking a look at the short time frames, 1 hour Bitcoin is not even overbought on the 1 hour, so we could even go higher today. But I'd be very careful, because any kind of move higher here on the 1 hour, on the 2 hour, and on the 4 hour, that's going to put us into an overbought area. And we just came off of being overbought on the RSI. You see down here we were overbought on the 4 hours. So it's really in the middle right now. And what I like to do if I'm going to enter in positions, I like to enter in positions at extremes. And what I mean by extremes, I mean on the, like for example, in the 4 hour, shorting here because the RSI is overbought, right? And then of course here again, but because we're in the middle of a possible breakout for Bitcoin, I'm not shorting Bitcoin. Okay, I'm not shorting Bitcoin, and I said this in a previous video, because Bitcoin has been showing increased strength. So it's still anyone's game. If we start moving up higher from here for Bitcoin, we could have a breakout. All right. Now on the 4 hour, we could see a slow grind to the upside, or we could have a failure, and we could still come back down and retest the 39, below 39, right? And if that occurs, then we could be going much lower, because that means we've just been putting in lower highs, and then we would break down on, Fridays are usually bearish or slightly bearish or flat. There's usually not much bullish activity on Fridays, but we'll just have to see how it plays out. And even on the weekend, a lot of times on the weekend you do get a rally on low volume. So it's anybody's game right now, just paying attention to what the chart will tell us and plan accordingly. So I'm not shorting right now. I'm not shorting Bitcoin right now, and I'm not really going long. We'll just have to sit tight and wait and see what's going on in the following days, and even next week. Like I said, next week will be the critical day. Now that being said, taking a look at the market, the altcoins have exploded. You see on the 4 hour here, we see Aave. I shorted that a little bit, but then it reversed and it went right back up. So you can see Aave had a nice big move to the upside when Bitcoin broke out. Aave broke out, and you see this is a 28% move to the upside on the 4 hour chart. That's really nice, really beautiful. And taking a look at the daily here, you can see we're just getting started on the daily. Now I'm not saying we're going straight up from here, but I am saying that we could have a breakout. Target's going to be for AVE $218. That's only if Bitcoin continues, right? Now remember, we're just now still putting in a lower low, right? For the most part, these are all higher lows, so we need to be careful. We're just getting started, and temporarily here on the daily, it is overbought. It is overbought. So I will be looking for a short on AVE short term, some type of a pullback, possibly tomorrow, and I'll be looking for a short on AVE because it's overbought. But that only is for, and this is not financial advice, friends. This is only for experienced traders, experienced investors, and actually, I'm going to be letting my bot do a lot of market moves and market positions for me. And so you can see Aave had a nice breakout over the last few days, looking good, up currently 3% today. And taking a look at ADA, even ADA did respond, but again, ADA still technically putting in a lower high. And of course, if Bitcoin goes down, ADA will follow it a like a bad habit. And ADA has not been real strong lately, but ADA is waking up with the market, right? A rising tide raises all ships, and that's the same way with crypto. Even the not so strong projects will rise when the rest of the market is rising as well. And so ADA is one to watch. Now, I do believe that ADA is fundamentally sound. At least we still believe that it is. However, they're slow in production, and they do have some coding issues where they're using Haskell. I mean, it's a plus and it's a minus. It's hard to get projects up and running because it's a language that not many coders and programmers are familiar with. So they're a little bit slower, a little bit behind the curve, but they are having a lot of development. And so I think in time, Cardano probably will do okay. It's just lagging behind the market right now, but it is responding over the last few days, which is nice to see. Let's see what the percentage gain was here over the last few days. A modest 8% over the last few days, and it is modest. 8% is modest because a lot of these projects have been doing, incredibly well. I'll show you one that is doing really well here shortly. That had a real big breakout today, and well, I'll show you this now. That is Cake. Look at this breakout, right? This is crazy. Look at this breakout for Pancake Swap. Now, I'll tell you something that's very, very sad. I'll show you something is that my alerts, I had an alert on Pancake Swap Cake. You can see the alert down here, right here. Here's my alert. I received the alert at about 6 a.m. down here. 6 a.m. would be right about here before this 25% move to the upside. I had my bot ready and I forgot to turn it on. I've been working with this bot trying to set it up just right, and I've been making changes, and I made some changes yesterday, and I made some changes last night, and I added Pancake Swap Cake to the to my list, to the bot list, and I totally forgot to turn it back on, and the alarm went off, and well, as you can see, I missed it. But it's okay, because if this market is turning around, there's going to be totally plenty of opportunities coming up, and we're just getting started. So what I'm going to be looking for, friends, is I want to let me look at some of these, and then I will tell you what I'm going to be looking for here. Algo is showing a little bit of a rise here, pretty weak. Same with ADA. API 3 still has not responded. API 3, if the market stays strong, API 3 could be pushing much higher in the possibly this weekend, okay, in the coming days and possibly next week. So API 3, in my opinion, is one to watch. Arweave is one to watch. Arweave is pretty explosive. You can see Arweave has been explosive here. Now this is the 4-hour chart, friends. And taking a look on the daily, you can see Arweave is just getting started. So the target for Arweave would be 37. Okay, so he could go higher from here. It's 32, 33 right now, so we could hit 37 conservatively. And even not so conservatively, I would say that we could probably even hit a bit higher, overshoot it, come back down, retest, hold the 200 for a future move upward and upward and onward and higher. So taking a look at Atom, you can see all of these have nice setups to have a continuation to the upside, depending on Bitcoin, if Bitcoin does maintain its strength and break out. I'm telling you now, friends, this is a warning. This is a warning. Crypto is about to break out in a very big way. If Bitcoin makes a higher high and goes over 43,000, you're going to see the rest of the market explode like a madman. Okay? And this is just your warning. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to buy, how to buy, when to buy. But I will say that a lot of these projects are going to explode higher if Bitcoin breaks 43 and breaks 45. 45 is really going to be the big, level to watch. In the interim, 43K is important, but in the long term, for a long term macro move, much higher, 45K. If we can break that and hold that and move higher, that's going to pull the rest of the market up in a very big way. So I would say start doing your research, decide which ones you are wanting to get into, have been wanting a piece of. And I know that it's hard to get into a market when things have been moving higher with a strong impulse to the upside. But, if Bitcoin, like I said, breaks 45, everything else is going to explode. Taking a look at Atom. Atom is set up for a nice, perfect move to the upside on the daily with a resistance to 44. I mean, that is a really nice move here. So on the daily, you can see that there is a nice setup for a higher move. On the 4-hourly, we're close to being overbought, and on the 1-hourly, we are just about overbought. So I would say allow Atom to cool down a little bit if you're interested in it. But you can definitely see that Atom is at resistance now. But once it breaks above that and holds it and moves higher, we do have a target up here to 44, 45. Okay, so take a look at audio. Audio has not had a breakout yet. Audio probably will do well when the level ones settle down. Level ones are AVAX and Atom, and of course, Bitcoin has to break out and go higher for that. AVAX, talking about AVAX, 9% up for the day. Had a nice breakout to the upside. AVAX was another on my bot list that I didn't get a hold of because my bot was off. It's so painful, but it is what it is. I missed an opportunity for a lot of money because my bot was off, but it's really okay because I still have positions in the market. And but anyway, still making a lower high. So technically we are still in a downtrend, so we have to be careful. Just like Bitcoin, technically in a downtrend, but we have to be careful. But we are seeing a lot of activity. We are seeing the market wake up. So this is your early warning. If Bitcoin continues, the market will continue, and we will have major gains coming up as early as this weekend and through next week to many weeks after that. So we'll just have to pay attention and watch what happens in the market with Bitcoin and globally, and the stock market as well. So that is AVAX up 9%. Congratulations to anyone who's been in AVAX. Now, what I will be looking for, friends, AVAX on the daily is reaching overbought status. Okay, be very careful now. Um, and also, the TSI is showing that it's getting ready to cross over, but we're overbought on the RSI. Be careful. We could have a pull to the downside. Now, this is not uncommon to see when we have major moves to the upside. We can stay overbought for some time, but usually on the daily, you don't see that so much on the daily. You'll see it on the lower time frames. 4-hour overbought, 2-hour overbought, 1-hour overbought. Look at this. So what I'm going to be looking for here is sometime today I'm going to be looking for a flip of this 1 hour, and I'll most likely be shorting that one, looking for a short. And I wanted to short cake because it's a huge move to the upside, 25%, but cake does not have a shorting coin, leveraged coin, so I'm not going to mess with it. And so AXS, Axie Infinity, just coming off of overbought, due for a short-term correction on the 1 hour. The 4 hour is reaching, as you can see, major resistance, macro resistance on the chart, and so be very careful. We are overbought on the 4 hour as well. And then let's take a look at the daily. Daily, we could be having a breakout. Still technically in a downtrend. We still have a lower high. You can see how we have a lower high, but you can see that the general trend is tending to want to push the upside. A lot of consolidation, and we're seeing these impulses to the upside. However, technically it is a descending triangle, and we have to be very careful. If Bitcoin doesn't break out, we could have a nasty break to the downside if Bitcoin fails to go higher at this time. The rest of the market will come down, including Axie Infinity, so be very careful. Use proper risk management, and remember the number one rule: do not lose money. Okay, that is Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity, like I said, looks really good on the daily as far as a potential breakout, and we are seeing push to the upside here. Whoops, a push to the upside on the 4 hour chart, which is overbought. So I'm expecting a temporary pullback, and if we make a higher low, then we could be testing this 52 area, 50-52, for a possible breakout. That is Axie Infinity. BAT, huge move to the upside on the 4 hour. You can really see all the gains here, friends. This is a 30% move to the upside for BAT, and that's huge. So congratulations to those that have been part of that rally. Blocktopia, you can see Blocktopia has not had its breakout yet. Remember, I told you when Bitcoin is moving higher, you're excuse me, you're going to see a lot of these major projects. The large caps are going to move first. The layer one large caps are going to move first, and then you're going to see the mid caps, and then you're going to see the small caps and the newer projects, and then you're going to see, like, gaming move together. Those projects that are exchanges, like FTT, which is the coin for FTX, FTT, and KuCoin, and a lot of these other projects moving, DeFi moving together. So watch for Blocktopia. Blocktopia still has a major breakout to the upside coming. So if Bitcoin continues, if Bitcoin doesn't fail on this breakout, does not get rejected, and continues higher, then Blocktopia should be breaking out here in the near future, not long from now. So keep your eye on Blocktopia. BNB, nice push to the upside at resistance. We have to be careful. We see that the RSI is overbought, and of course, the RSI can remain in the overbought position. Whoops, hold on, there we go. The RSI can remain in the overbought position for a while on these breakouts moving higher, but also it's risky. It's really risky to be buying now. So I'm going to be waiting for some type of a pullback and then a push higher before I get in, or maybe some type of consolidation before getting in for a move higher. But BNB is doing okay. It's up 1% today, but it's had a not so bad response. I mean, it's still in a lot of consolidation. Really, it hasn't broken out on the daily yet. So BNB is one to watch. And of course, this is Bitcoin again. Bitcoin still on the daily. We really need a breakout which could be coming, and a move higher out of this consolidation area for Bitcoin. And you can see Cake did well. CeeLo was a pump and dump. So you got to be careful with these, friends. You got to know your projects, know your coins. CeeLo had a nice big rally today, and then it's just losing most of its rally. So you can see how risky that is. So we take a look today. It had a 46% pump to the upside, and now it's just dumping, right? So you never want to chase this. You'll get destroyed. You lose a lot of money. You never want to chase that. But as I said, you can pay attention to a lot of these projects, and there's a lot of opportunity if you can time it correctly. Be very careful though. Chili's not doing much. Chili's on the 4-hour, not doing much. It's pretty much flat in consolidation. Cody's responding a little bit in kind with ADA, and once again, not the strongest response. So Cody could be pushing higher if Bitcoin goes higher, and that's one to watch as well. Cream usually has nice pushes to the upside. You can see here on the 4-hour we had some impulses before, and so Cream is getting ready for a move to the upside. We just need to wait and see what's going to happen with Bitcoin. But we've had let's see, if you take a look on the shorter time frames, you can see Cream has been moving, but on the higher time frames like the daily and the 4-hour, you can see it's just kind of flat going sideways. So Cream would be one for a short-term trader. If you know what you're doing, if you're experienced, then Cream is one to watch as well. CRO, you can see CRO's moving a little bit. See Doge is moving a little bit on the 4-hour, but still it's Doge is still putting in lower highs, so it's still in a downtrend. Dot has broken out, and you can see Dot doing really well here. Multiple pushes to the upside, and you can see from the swing low we've put in about 19%. So Dot is doing well over the past few days. Dot's doing very well. So again, like I said, a lot of these coins do well when Bitcoin is going up, or going sideways in consolidation. As long as Bitcoin is stable, the rest of these coins will do well. DYDX pushing up a little bit. EGLD, nice move to the upside. Elon, a little pump there. Engine coin, Engine, finally having a breakout here. Whoops. Let me change over to my brush. So here, having a small breakout here, but much higher to go. Engine is a gaming coin, a good project. This is on the 4-hour. Taking a look at the daily. Look at this. On the daily, just getting started on this breakout. Just getting started. Much real estate to go on the chart we're not even overbought on the daily yet. 4 hour, we just came off of being overbought. And let's see, the 1 hour really shows a nice move to the upside. So from the swing low to the swing high, that's about 11%. It's modest, not great as far as crypto goes, but it's still a keeper. Still a keeper. Okay. So I don't want to make the video too long. I'm just giving you guys an idea. Ethereum, you can see Ethereum breaking higher above the 200 daily moving average. Ethereum's going to need to hold above the 200 daily moving average, which is roughly, whoops, I'm sorry, that's Ethereum BTC. Okay, this is Ethereum. There we go. Ethereum moving to the upside, breaking out above the 200 daily moving average. 200 daily moving average is roughly 2730. If it can hold above that, we will be seeing higher highs. Okay, higher highs. And actually on the 4 hour, this is a higher high right here. So not bad. The issue is that we have not had a higher, I don't think we're making a higher high on the daily. Yeah. So on the daily, still in a downtrend, and this is the same thing as Bitcoin, still putting in a higher or a lower high. So, but it is looking like it wants to break out higher for a massive move to the upside, just like Bitcoin. Okay, so fear up 15%, flow up a couple percent. FTM really not doing well. FTM it's lagging behind. FTM is only up 1.8% today, and you can see that it's really not doing well. Even on the 4 hour, just, you know, not much of a response with the rally in this market here. So FTM would be one to be, cautious with. Whoops, that's H bar. Here's FTM. This is FTM. So this is one to be cautious with, and Andre Cronje has left FTM, and that really has caused a lot of concern for a lot of people. So Alexander Cronje has left the project, and so that's what's kind of, in my opinion, holding FTM back lately. And you can see FTM is just sold off really hard. So Glimmer, in my opinion, this is the 4 hour. Dot is doing really well. Glimmer is not very far behind, so keep your eye on Glimmer. Glimmer should be moving much higher. If Bitcoin breaks out, Glimmer is going to explode. H bar still putting in lower highs. Illuvium actually almost putting in a higher high here. So Illuvium's doing really well. This is gaming. IMX, Immutable X, not real big fan of IMX, but Jasmine Coin doing well. Jasmine Coin 13%. It's a pumper and dumper. Be careful. KCS. Now KCS has not had a big move to the upside yet, so KCS is in store for a big move here. Is ready for a big move up. Watch KCS. KSM making its move. Link, you can see Link making a nice move to the upside. Link is one to watch. Like I said, these layer ones, a lot of the layer ones will do well. Luna, of course, Luna always does well. Luna's one to watch. Mana, whoops, making a little move. I like Sand over Mana, but Mana does have potential. Mana's still early in its development. Mana's one to watch for long term. Matic making a move. And Moon River, not a real big fan, but Moon River usually puts in big highs. And Nakamoto Games making a small move there. Near making another move. Major consolidation. Now near is one that if it let's see, 1180, if it breaks above 12, it's gonna fly. One Harmony just getting started. That's another one to watch. So, and then pre is another one that loves to explode higher. You see it pushed higher here, but it is a pump and dumper. So if it breaks out here, we could have a nice big move up to 20 cents. Okay, so that would be on the 4-hour about 13%. 13%. So you want to watch pre, but be careful. If the market reverses, pre will get destroyed. Render, Rose, Oasis. Rose is doing okay. This is one that's a layer 1 technology, I believe, and it is. Whoops, let me get my brush out here. Rose is, oh my goodness, this thing doesn't want to cooperate, does it? There we go. Rose is starting to move higher here, still putting a lower low, but potentially could be hitting 25 cents. So Ruin, of course, was exploding. Not a real big fan of Ruin, but it always does really well, up 5% today. Sand had a nice move. Sand is at resistance. So a lot of these projects, friends, are at resistance. Solana waking up finally, pushing upwards and onwards, 2.7% today. So a lot of these projects are they really need a pullback and or some kind of consolidation. So a lot of these are risky. So be careful, friends. Okay. So what I would wait for is some type of a pullback, some type of consolidation before entering. Again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Thank you, friends, for watching. I don't want to make this too long. I just wanted to share with you a little bit of a few of the coins that have been making some moves and basic market structure. Looks like Bitcoin is moving a little bit higher. It's at 41,100. So right now, Bitcoin is in a position to explode higher. We just need to wait. A break above 42,500, about 43,000 would put a higher high, and that would be a very good sign for a continuation to the upside in the future, especially next week. So there you have it, friends. I hope you're doing well. I apologize for not making a video recently. Just the markets hasn't been doing much until the last few days, and then of course the last few days I've been busy. So take care, friends. We will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please click like, and please let me know in the comment section below, what coins are you interested in? What did you buy lately? Thank you, friends, for watching. I always appreciate your viewership. Remember the number one rule: do not lose money. We'll see you next time.